I can see the holes in his game, and I can see the openings and the opportunities that I will have because, A, I feel like I punched.
We ain't worried about what he got to say. He retired. You know, we focus on task and taking over this division. We ain't worried about no retired fighters.
Yeah, y'all keep on.
You know, I'm here to be undisputed at this weight class, so it don't matter really who it is. I'm taking over this division. This weight division is mine.
Terence Crawford puts Jaron Ennis on notice and sends a knockout warning after the fight call-out. Straight off the bat, Terence Crawford confronts Jaron Ennis head-on, dismantling his win over Xander Zayas piece by piece. He's not just talking, he's threatening a knockout, promising more power, more speed, and sharper counters than anything Jaron Ennis has faced.
I can see the holes in his game, and I can see the openings and the opportunities that I will have because, A, I feel like I punch harder than Xander. B, I'm way sharper than Xander. C, I'm way faster than Xander. So the shots that Xander was hitting him with and the shots that Xander couldn't capitalize because his speed wasn't there, I will be able to capitalize. And when I capitalize, everybody know I'm probably one of the best counter punchers there ever was. So
Jaron Ennis fires right back with zero hesitation, declaring the division his for the taking. There's no fear in his voice, just pure ambition, setting up a genuine collision course between two fighters who both believe they're the best in the world right now.
Most definitely. Let's make them happy, baby. Eddie, talk to me. Who you want? Whoever Eddie want, that's what we going.
Tim Bradley respects the Ennis camp deeply, but doesn't sugarcoat the gap he sees. According to Tim Bradley, nothing Jaron Ennis has done so far prepares him for an animal like Terence Crawford, a fighter who changes everything the moment real adversity hits.
You kidding me right now? Come on, Sean. I respect Ennis. Listen, I respect Ennis. I love his pops. His pops is cool. His whole crew is tight. You know what I mean? Like, but who the hell is Spencer as Boots fought? It's a different type. Like, you can be riding that wave. You've been getting all these knockouts of all these other different guys, but you've never been in the ring with an animal like Crawford. And when you get in there for the first time and you get hit upside your head and you see that you can't do the stuff that you usually do against.
Eddie Hearn confirms what everyone's thinking, calling this the ultimate crossover fight in boxing right now. For Eddie Hearn, it's the perfect symbol of a changing of the guard, with Jaron Ennis rising fast while Terence Crawford insists he's still very much in his prime.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. Obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great crossover fights because Boots is the changing of the guard guy and Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much in his prime.
Bob Arum breaks down exactly why Terence Crawford is so dangerous, praising his rare ability to switch seamlessly between orthodox and southpaw. Bob Arum warns that opponents like Jaron Ennis train for one version of Terence Crawford only to face something completely different once the bell rings.
Crawford is an awfully good fighter. And, it would take a real wizard to beat him. Crawford has something that no other fighter around has, and people haven't commented on it, and that is he fights equally well as a southpaw or as a right-hander. And so when you train for a fight, usually the fighter he's fighting trains for him as an orthodox fighter, right-handed fighter. And so from the first round on, he'll turn southpaw. And the guy is...
Boozy Ennis pushes back hard on any suggestion his camp avoided this fight, insisting they've wanted Terence Crawford for a long time. According to Boozy Ennis, it was Terence Crawford's side that went quiet, never following up after the initial contact was made.
With Terence and Boots. That's what, I said, yeah, well, if you want to fight, just let me know. That's just what Steven said, right? And they said, well, we'll call you later on. Never called him back. That's what happened. So they trying to say that we never turned the fight. I talked to Terence last night. We never turned the fight down. We've been winning a fight.
Akai flips the script on Terence Crawford, pointing out the irony of him questioning the strength of the opposition when his own career faced the exact same criticism. For Akai, Jaron Ennis is ascending and actively fighting dangerous names, which makes Terence Crawford's jabs feel more like fighter bravado than a fair breakdown. Still, Akai understands that trash talk is part of the business and expects Jaron Ennis to fire back with the same confidence if given the chance.
When you look at Crawford's career, until the end of his career, Crawford hadn't fought anybody that people thought that had a chance against him. You know what I'm saying? That was his biggest criticism, was his strength of opposition. So for him to use that same criticism on an up-and-coming Boots not at the tail end of his career. He's ascending, and he's fighting guys like that, right? So I think that that's the only knock I had, was to try to knock the opponent was my issue. But him going back and forth and saying what he think he can do against the Boots, I get that. You're a fighter. Fighters think like that. I don't think Boots would say. Boots said the same shit. Easy work, you know what I mean? Which, that's just the way fighters are.
Amanda Serrano praises both fighters, but it's her comparison that stands out most, likening Jaron Ennis' speed and ring IQ directly to Terence Crawford himself. Coming from Amanda Serrano, that's a massive compliment, suggesting Jaron Ennis already carries traits of the very man now threatening to knock him out. It only adds fuel to a rivalry built on two fighters who genuinely resemble each other stylistically, making the eventual showdown between Terence Crawford and Jaron Ennis feel even more must-see.
That's what we have in the Boricuas. Tiene sazón. We have so much heart, and he showed that tonight, and I hope that the other people, the boxing critic, can see that Xander, he's here to stay, and he's going to come back stronger.
And lastly, what do you think about the future for Boots Ennis? They say he's special, was a special performance. How do you see him?
He is one special guy. He's quick, he's smart, his IQ. He reminds me of Bud. Bud is not here anymore, so we have Boots Ennis.
If we could see Bud, and we could...
Danny Garcia frames this potential matchup as a young, hungry lion versus the master, unsure whether Terence Crawford will actually accept the challenge despite all his talk. Danny Garcia respects Jaron Ennis' hunger, but still leans toward Terence Crawford's experience and composure being the deciding factor. It's a fight Danny Garcia clearly wants to see, even while doubting Terence Crawford follows through on the call-out after all his knockout warnings toward Jaron Ennis.
See Crawford come out for it or not?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Yeah.
Because Crawford, Crawford's Crawford. So.
Is that still a tough fight to call?
What, them two?
Yeah.
That's a great fight. Great fight. Young, hungry lion versus the master, the OG master.
Boozy Ennis shows respect for Xander Zayas personally, but makes it clear he never doubted Jaron Ennis dominating that matchup. What stands out is Boozy Ennis revealing there's another gear Jaron Ennis hasn't even shown yet, one that gets nasty and finishes fights early. That's a direct message aimed at Terence Crawford, suggesting the knockout threats might be coming from the wrong side of this rivalry entirely.
Xander? No, Xander, good fighter. I like Xander. Xander, one of my guys that I like, man. That's why you see me hugging him. He's one of them top guys, man, to me. He's a good fighter, man. But I know he couldn't do nothing with Boots.
Do you think that what your son going through a bit of adversity, now he can take his game to another level, middle fourth?
Man, I told you when y'all ain't see the best of him yet. They gotta bring it out of my son. You know what I mean? You see when he bring it out, he get nasty. He like to knock everybody out, but I tell him relax. Gotta relax, take your time, man.
Terence Crawford escalates the knockout threats even further, promising Jaron Ennis needs only one clean shot before he's put to sleep. It's blunt, confident, and confrontational, exactly the kind of talk that puts Jaron Ennis on notice after his own call-out. Terence Crawford isn't hedging here. He's stating outright that whatever game plan Jaron Ennis brings, the finish stays the same.
I know standing up is only going to take one good shot, and I'm going to put him to sleep. He going to try to kick me. And takedown, we just gonna do what we do.
Danny Garcia shifts focus to the pressure facing Jaron Ennis at just 23 years old. Already holding 2 belts with no room to slow down, Danny Garcia acknowledges the fearless style fans love from young fighters, but stresses that Jaron Ennis is now expected to keep proving himself at the very top, especially with Terence Crawford publicly targeting him.
Look, when you're a young fighter, you're gonna go out on your shield. That's why people want to see young fighters fight, because that's the type of fight you're going to get. They don't want to see older fighters who just have some money. They want to see that. They want to see somebody get hurt.
Jaron Ennis reveals the composure behind his performance, admitting he stayed patient rather than rushing for a knockout he didn't need to force. Even acknowledging a rough third round, Jaron Ennis credits his corner and preparation for handling whatever adjustments were thrown at him. That same composure is exactly what Terence Crawford will be testing when his own knockout warnings finally get put to the test inside the ring.
I knew he'd do a little bit of both. Like I said before in the press conference and things like that. I know he'll come for it, he'll move. He was doing a little bit of both tonight. And like I said before, he was ready for whatever he had to bring.
Jarrell Miller speaks with genuine pride about his stablemate, admitting the second round got rough, but never doubting Jaron Ennis would find a way through it. Calling him a nutcase in the gym, Jarrell Miller paints the picture of a relentless work ethic that doesn't stop even after a big win. Already back training within a week, it's exactly the kind of preparation Jaron Ennis will need if Terence Crawford's knockout promises ever get tested for real. And Jarrell Miller clearly believes his stablemate has what it takes to answer that call whenever it comes.
Back in the gym, I know him. He'll be back in the gym by next week. He's a nutcase, man. So, Boots did his thing, man. What can you say? He's got to win.
Xander Zayas takes the loss with grace, congratulating Jaron Ennis while admitting the fight didn't unfold how he trained for it. What's telling is Xander Zayas describing how his legs disappeared after getting hurt early, only briefly finding rhythm before Jaron Ennis caught him again. It's a first-hand account of just how dangerous Jaron Ennis becomes once he hurts an opponent, the exact kind of finishing ability that makes Terence Crawford's knockout warnings feel like they could just as easily backfire on him instead.
Not get the knockout, so that's why I just took my time and just been patient. This is to my corner.
You said you were having fun out there, but the third round didn't look like a heck of a lot of fun for you. He was landing some big shots. What were you feeling when you were taking those punches?
No, that was just me being lazy a little bit, you know, on the inside, and we're gonna go sharpen it up. Don't even worry about it.
At what point, as this fight went on, did you feel like you were in control?
Greg Hackett offers a more critical breakdown, admitting Jaron Ennis could have been sharper despite the dominant scorecard. What impresses Greg Hackett most is the recovery, how Jaron Ennis reset after getting caught and returned to a disciplined jab and body attack plan. Those were the exact shots, according to Greg Hackett, that Xander Zayas simply couldn't see coming, proving Jaron Ennis has real fight IQ under pressure, not just raw power. That kind of adaptability is precisely what will be needed if Terence Crawford's knockout threat ever becomes a reality in the ring.
The shots that he was putting Xander down with was shots he couldn't see. Xander a big, tough motherfucker. Because anybody else, a regular fighter, wouldn't be able to get him out like that. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? They would have had to work on him for rounds.
In the end, this entire saga boils down to two elite fighters who genuinely believe they're unbeatable, and neither Terence Crawford nor Jaron Ennis is backing down from that belief. Whether it's Terence Crawford's knockout promises or Jaron Ennis' calm confidence that this division already belongs to him, the boxing world is clearly desperate to see this fight actually happen. If you want to see who backs up their words when it matters most, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update on this rivalry as it unfolds.